You've reached my Copycat series where today we're going to make a copycat version of Olive Garden's delicious breadsticks. If you've ever found yourself eating way too many Olive Garden breadsticks before your food even hits the table, you're not alone. But what if I told you could make them at home and they'd be even better? Welcome to my channel, Food by Jen. I'm Jen, and this is my Copycat series where today we're making Olive Garden breadsticks. Start by heating 1.5 cups of warm water with 2 tablespoons of butter just until it's about 110 to 115 degrees. The butter doesn't need to be completely melted. In a large stand mixer, mix 4 cups of bread flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 packet of active dry yeast, which usually ends up being around 2¼ teaspoons, and 1½ teaspoons of salt. Pour in that warm buttery water and let your mixer do its magic for about 5 minutes. When it's done mixing, your dough should be smooth and elastic. Next, you'll grease a bowl. I just use extra virgin olive oil, but you can use butter or avocado oil. You're gonna take your dough out, you're gonna form it into a ball, stick it into that greased bowl. Make sure to turn it over a couple of times so the top and the bottom get greased. Then you're gonna cover it, set that to the side, and let it double in size, which normally takes about an hour. Go check on your dough, and if it's nice and big and fluffy, go ahead and punch the air out. Now it's time to form our breadsticks. Go ahead and start pulling off pieces of dough. They should be about golf ball sized, and start rolling the dough into a ball and then form it into a long dough rope. Your rope should be around 7 inches long. Go ahead and line a baking sheet with a piece of parchment paper and place each rope next to each other with about 1/2 inch space in between. Okay, now cover those ropes with a towel, push it to the side again, let it rise one last time for 45 minutes. Now preheat your oven to 400 degrees. While your oven's preheating, go ahead and melt 2 tablespoons of butter. Go grab those breadsticks that have been resting for 45 minutes and drown them in all that yummy, delicious melted butter. Now go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of salt. I actually like using flaky salt for this, but you can use whatever salt you have. Just be cognizant of how much salt you're putting on it. You don't want it to be too salty. Okay, now go ahead and stick your breadsticks in the oven. You want to keep them towards the top of the oven. We're going to bake them for around 10 to 15 minutes until they're nice and brown. Placement in the oven is important. If you have them too far away from the heat, then it'll take them longer to bake and they'll start to get hard instead of light and fluffy. So whether your heat comes from the top of your oven or the bottom, make sure to keep them close to the heat source. Now, while those are baking, we're gonna do the last flavor bomb. So melt the rest of your butter, put in the garlic powder. You can also do garlic powder and some more fresh minced garlic. Once the bread comes out the oven, we're again gonna drown every single breadstick with that yummy, delicious garlic butter, and you wanna serve these piping hot out of the oven. I'm not even gonna pretend like I can't eat a whole entire tray of these by myself. No judgment if you do too. Take a look at my Copycat playlists for some more delicious recipes that we're copying from some of your favorite restaurants, and don't forget to like and subscribe.